If anyone has any spare 50 G's to send to me, just lying in their bank account just for airplane tickets alone, I am spread so open for you, I'm waiting.
This woman has paid for 9 flights for her boyfriend, and she still hasn't met him face to face. 4 years of chatting through text messages and sending $50,000 to receive excuse after excuse.
How many times has he missed a flight?
He missed them all.
Wow.
Strap in as we figure out the truth behind this internet love.
Frank, what a man.
Real quick, guys. Don't forget to like,
Of
comment,
course.
and subscribe.
Go do that.
Comment and like.
And once again, I need to clarify this because some people still don't understand that reactions are a thing on YouTube. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. Thank you to Catfish for allowing me to react to them. They could easily give me a little spank on the bottom and say no more, blocked. But they don't, okay, people? I'm not claiming the content as mine.
Stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Sorry,
Hey, Kelly,
Hi,
tell us about
I like
yourself.
her little...
54, and I live in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. I love the thrift shop. So,
I can barely
I've
hear
always
you.
had this obsession with time and clocks. I don't know, it's just a thing. And now I'm in school. I have one more semester. I'm going through medical coding and billing.
So you know a bit about the internet and technology.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Before her online
Please.
dating journey, Kelly went through a rough divorce.
He was a very heavy narcissist, and he saw my gullibility, I guess, and he took it as far as he could. And as soon as we were married, it was not even a month into it. He was just, I didn't make his lunch right. I couldn't fold his clothes right. He hated where he lived. He was living in my trailer that I owned. Probably say after the first year, he was starting to show his true colors. I had it with him, and it felt like a 350-pound weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Good.
Best thing I ever did.
Have you dated anyone since your ex-husband?
I had dates here and there. I did that cesspool POS thing. And through this cesspool, that's where I met Frank.
Who reached out to who?
He reached out to me. Hello,
course.
how are you? My name is Frank. And he explained about himself. His name was Frank Marcus, originally from Switzerland.
Frank Marcus.
I replied with, hi, nice to meet you also.
Describe to me what his Plenty of Fish profile looked like. Do you remember what he had in his bio? How many
Plenty
photos
of
he had?
fish, but sometimes the fish are poisonous and will scam you. It's like puffer fish. You have to get it specifically. If my voice is a bit it's because Chelsea played last night at the time of filming this, and
How many photos he
Yeah,
had?
photo only was like 2 photos. Both of them were
Oh, that's
businesses.
it.
One was at like a
Just 2
junction,
pictures.
like a convention, and he was standing there and he got an award. The other one was just of his mother
Right.
before she passed.
Where is
They
his
were,
neck?
I guess, at home or something. He was there.
That-
His profile was
Oh, it's
like
there.
wanting to connect with somebody. Very businesslike, clean cut, tall, very masculine, good-looking man.
Right.
His wife died, as he said. He also showed me a picture of his son. I liked him. I thought he was attractive. I liked the fact that he was different in the fact that he was European. He was older, more mature. He listened to what I was saying, and
Of course.
we had the same connection, the same thoughts. He understood where I was coming from. It wasn't about like what I looked like or anything else. It's about who I was,
Right.
and what I was going through in life. He told me
Okay.
about his wife and what he was going through, and that he was an independent, business person,
Right.
did construction, and and then he happened to mention that he had a lot of money and he had 2 houses in Switzerland. Just a bunch of stuff that I wasn't really interested in.
Right, let's get this straight off the bat. The head of Ozzy Osbourne. There's a joke there. If someone mentions to you, I make a lot of money within however few weeks you've been speaking, what, red flags? And the red flags that I would take anyone again with 50 G's spare, give it to me.
He wanted to have somebody in his life. It was been a long time. He thought
Sure.
that I had that persona he was looking for. Someone who's open and caring and giving to.
Right. She
having
does
his
seem
work.
like a nice person.
You guys
to
have
be
been
fair.
talking for how long?
It's been about 4 years now.
She kinda
There's
has
just
the
a
same
lot of
glasses as me.
emotional stuff that we talk about personally, and that's how we got through our.
Probably dirty as hell.
He would like give me long texts about how he feels and all these feelings, and
Right.
not really poems, just long text of work.
Bro has written a novel. I just can't wait to see you kiss and hug and just sit down at night and look at the stars together. I have always wanted a person in my life. That's nice of you to always just want a person in your life. Your son, is he not a person? You're just so genuine and beautiful inside and out. Disgusting, Frank. You know what you've done there. I really enjoy our conversations and your laugh is intoxicating. Laugh? Have they video called? I don't know. Have I missed something here, or is he just making things up right now? Imagine someone telling you your laugh is intoxicating and you've never spoken outside of messaging. That would creep me out.
Text of words and sayings and what he wants, and just this big buildup of what's going to happen when he's home and how things are going to be, and this is what's going to happen.
What do you mean when he's home? Where is he right now? Cool, he's in Switzerland, but then when he's home, he would be in Switzerland still. None of this makes sense.
Just an overall, presence when we talk to each other. It was just a good vibe,
Vibes.
A connection.
Yeah.
Say less.
Connection.
Kelly and Frank would talk all the time through chats and even over the phone.
Fair,
He
okay.
was from Switzerland, but he had that French accent almost.
Oh.
And it's very hard for me to understand when they don't have the correct syllables or
Ah.
English language. He was telling me about this trip he was going to be taking because he was in Philadelphia, and he was bidding for this job, and it was a big job, really hoping to get it because it's something that he wanted to accomplish.
Of course.
And he's like, well, when we get back, he's like, we'll go on our date and we'll take it from there. I'm like,
Wait. What do you mean? But you're in America right now, so why don't you come and see Kelly, since you are in America?
okay, cool.
Up until this point, the two had been communicating for 6 months. Frank ended up landing a huge contract working on a road with his crew in Turkey. But then the unexpected happened.
Oh,
Why was he arrested?
what?
He made bad decisions with this job that he got. Him and I have had discussions about his attitude towards these workers that he hired. And he'd be like, well, these people are nothing. They're peasants. I'm like, peasants? I said, what are you, King Arthur? Final day of his construction job, they put a road in. He showed me pictures of that. I remember that.
Oh,
My
that's real.
fiance who died, he was in construction. So I knew about the millings and how to do a road. And so it looked very nice. And he couldn't access the money. So these people rioted because they didn't get paid. I said, they did a job for you. Of course they're angry. Of course they want their money. You can't call them names. And you didn't come through because of your mistakes with your bank. And now you're pissed because they're mad at you. And
Fair.
they ended up putting him in jail because of that.
Good,
Because
if he
he
was
didn't pay the
real.
employees.
I just want to say, if this is a question to the viewers right now, once again, thank you for all the support recently. Love you guys. If you are speaking to someone, you're getting to know them, let's say they're not a scammer, right? They're real. And they say to you for their job, I work with peasants. Would you still talk to them? Because that's a weird thing to say, as she said. Are you King Arthur? What is wrong with you? Are you from Game of Thrones and you're throwing around the word peasant?
He needed help paying for the lawyer.
Of course.
I didn't have any doubts
Why am I
or
itchy?
any fears about giving him money. I thought it was going to be a one-time deal. I get this money, the lawyer's there, I get out, I go home,
Right.
boom.
Fair.
That's how I was. I like to help people.
That's good. I mean, that's a good trait to have, but not everybody's a good person, though, Kelly.
Trailer for $5,000, and I sent it all to him. I just took an ad off. of
Hold
Facebook.
on a second, you sold your trailer. Bro, this thing of these victims selling their personal possessions to fund whatever the hell is going on with the scammer, right? Let's say the scammer is real. I'm really sorry. I'm not selling my own things to get you out of jail. Get out yourself!
I just took an ad off of Facebook Messenger and I put it up for sale with some pictures. And then I had this one guy who had a family. He was willing to pay cash, which is what I needed. I sent it through a wire the first time.
How's he accessing this bank, this wire transfer whilst he's in jail? I'm so confused. Who's getting the money? Yeah, officer, can you just go to the bank for me and get the money?
He did show me the check that he received. That
What do you mean? I thought he's in prison. How's he getting this check? Unless I've seriously, in my old age, I've missed something in this and he's not actually in jail.
that he got from it. He'd be like, you know, I'm in jail and this is how much it costs to get out of this and blah, 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 and I don't have it and da, da, da. It was never, I need X amount.
Oh, and he's texting. I've just remembered that as well. He's texting in jail, non-stop, asking for money. He also has access to his bank account. He has the ability to receive checks. What a jail this is!
Like, I'm in this situation.
Oh,
and I
Kelly,
need help.
come on.
Frank claimed he was at last a free man after Kelly helped him bail out of jail. He was finished with his contract and ready to travel to meet her in person.
Next is he's out and he was staying in the hotel next to the airport.
And you paid for the plane ticket, right?
Yeah, that included the base
I
of
thought he
the
had no
lawyer
money.
and the plane ticket. So he had his ticket. He showed me the ticket. And I didn't get to hear from him the day he flied out. So what I did, I decided to go to the Philadelphia airport and surprise him.
You drove 3 hours to the airport.
2.5.
So you're in the car, you're driving to the airport.
I was a little worried the fact that I didn't hear from him, but I figured just with the flight and going through customs and international flights take forever and, you know, delays. And I parked the car, I went in, got a coffee,
Oh, what a
and
waste of
texted
time.
him, said, you know, I want to let you know that I'm here at the
Now, where
airport
is
waiting
he?
for you. So when you get in, please, you know, let me know.
Let's hear this.
And I was about an hour earlier before he came in. So I figured, okay, I'm a little early, that's fine. I waited and waited and waited 6 hours easily. And I went to the one of the
6 hours. You are a better person than me, Kelly. After 1 hour, I would have been gone, to be honest. The Donny, the man can text in jail, but when he's a free man, he cannot text.
and I went to the one of the plane people and I said, you know, when does this flight come in? He's like, it's been in for hours. So I tried calling him. I tried texting him and nothing. And then there was the fear and, you know, what happened to him? Is he okay?
Right.
Thing is,
Can
he
understand.
never even boarded the plane.
How long did it take for you to hear from him?
A month.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
sorry. A month later. Yeah, sorry. I actually didn't board the plane that you were waiting for me at the airport for 1 month prior to this conversation that we're having right now. Yes, sorry about that.
He's like, I got arrested again because when I went to the airport, they were checking.
Whoa! Cool. For whatever reason, you got arrested again. But why couldn't you text this time, but you could the first time? Come on, Frank. The story's not making sense.
Airport, they were checking my bag and they had me detained. And they found
Oh,
a piece of coke
wow.
in my bag. And
Well, it wasn't mine.
Why did he have cocaine in his bag?
He claimed that the people at the hotel put drugs in his
Why?
bag and he was caught with this stuff.
Why?
And I swear to you, it wasn't mine because I don't do drugs. I don't know how it got there. I'm like, okay. He's like, so I never really got on the plane to fly because I was in customs.
Hold on a second. I haven't been to many hotels in my life, but when you go to a hotel and you're leaving, do you not check your bags and make sure everything is there? Why did the hotel staff do this? Why did they plant coke, Frank? Oh, by the way, talk to Frank is a thing in the UK where you talk to a service and get support for any addictions you might have. So it's just ironic that Frank is talking about, you know, coke. Whatever, man.
Customs in Cyprus.
So why could you not
He
say
He
this?
didn't get the worst luck that has happened to me. He's like, I don't understand. I'm so devastated, blah, blah, blah. Just on and on, just rambling on and
No,
on. I'm
Frank,
like,
I don't.
okay, just
Oh, Kelly,
calm
come
down.
on, man.
I asked him what the circumstances are and what's the next step in his procedure of this. And he told me that he had to go to court and help him get
Oh, you
cleared
need
of
money,
these
right?
charges. And that's
Here
when
he
he
goes.
had the lawyer again. And of course, the lawyer wanted money.
So how much did you send for him to get out of prison?
At that time, I was doing very well at my job, and I had very good friends who helped me, and I got the money for him to get out, to go to court and get out of jail. I had a car that was paid for,
Oh, no, no.
and I went to the loan against that, so that was $3,000. So he had $3,000. The non-belief is just like, he's like, I'm telling you the truth. I'm like, I know you're telling me the truth. It's just very hard when, I don't physically see you every day and you're just telling me stuff. Because now it's getting to the point where it's here and here and here and here. It just keeps growing and growing and growing.
So what happens next?
He wants money for the fee of processing the support
Is that a
document,
thing?
which was $500, which he got.
And that was through a wire transfer?
Yes. And he
Again,
showed me the certificate.
but
of
he's in prison.
what was charged with him and what they found. And he was cleared of the charges.
The case essentially got thrown out.
Yes.
So different names every single time that you were writing the money.
Every single time. Every single time. There was somebody different.
Kelly, come
As
on,
the
man.
wire transfers got more and more,
Come
I didn't
on.
want to do them anymore because I'm losing too much money. So then I started with money orders. When you cancel a flight and you reactivate and it's across the seas, it's not
No,
like
I am
$5.
sick.
It's like anywhere between 80 and 200, or even 800, depending on the flight. We're not.
Wait, you're sick. Cool. Surely, unless you are physically just in the bed like a sunflower drooping, why are you not getting on the plane, Frank? Answer this question.
We're not talking like a $50 flight. We're talking like a $2,000 flight.
Yeah.
Every time he tried to do that, when he canceled the flight.
What do you mean
reactivate the
reactivate my ticket?
How many times has he missed a flight?
He missed them all.
How
Oh.
many?
9.
Oh,
So
Kelly,
$10,000 for 9 flights.
come on.
Give or take. And he said, he was just in a real state and he couldn't bear to talk to me. He was feeling so down. Just to get home.
Wait, so your idea of you've missed so many flights, so your idea of trying to make it up to someone to get out of this bad frame of mind is to continue to miss the flights.
That's my main course, is to get you home.
Frank had Kelly buy
What
flights
home?
left and right, but he never seemed to make it on the plane for whatever reason. He was either sick or dealing with one of his employees. He even
What?
fought one on the job.
And he showed me a picture of that. Him in the hospital with this
Oh,
cats or something on his leg.
all right.
Kelly had bought 10 plane tickets and Frank was still not in Philadelphia. Yet she still hopes that one day her Prince Charming will
Is
appear
that a
in
Russian
person.
flag in the background?
When's the last time you sent him money?
Last month.
How
Well,
much
okay.
money did you send to him in total?
Rounded off, probably about 50 grand.
How has this affected you?
I had my credit really good. I was looking to buy a house. Now it's shot to hell because I use my credit cards. I'm on disability. I don't
It's never
have the
working.
job that I had
Work?
before where I had extra money. So I'm on a very limited budget.
At this point, what are your feelings towards him?
I did it to myself. It's not like, someone did this and he's like, oh, give me money. No, I did it. I physically chose to do this to help him. I was dumb enough to give him that money. Every ounce of my being did not want to even send that money. Every single ounce. And I still did. And I knew what was going to happen. No calls, no nothing. I knew. He doesn't have to tell me. He hasn't given me a long letter about it. I know what happened. Something. I need to know that he's a physically real person or the physically real person is a fraud. Not about everything else. I could care less about that. That chapter is done. And it wasn't about how much riches he had and all that. It was about him.
Are we sure?
Yeah, you cared about him.
Right.
What can we do for you? How can we help you?
I don't know if he's a real person or not. So I don't even know if he's I can't deal with it anymore. I want to prove that either he's a real person or he's a fraud.
Right.
We're gonna get you answers
Yes.
and closure to all of this.
I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Peace out.
After 4 years, 9 plane tickets, and several arrests, Kelly had sent around $50,000 trying to get this man
Crazy.
home. Our team began to dig in. We had photos of this man in these images who Frank claimed to be, his email and phone number, a vaccination document, and this flight confirmation document. We needed to prove who this man was and why he wasn't getting on these planes.
He's not getting
Stick
on
around
because of
until the
this.
end. We'll reveal why Frank never got on the plane, and we'll reveal who this man really is. Are you or someone else you know dating someone online, and for some
Remember,
reason
guys,
you've never met
if
them
I
face
see
to
you on
face,
here,
reach out
I'm
to us.
very
We'll
upset.
give you answers. Our email is sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. Let's jump back into
Let's
it.
jump in like
A
a rabbit.
week later, we set up a call with Kelly to go over everything that we had found.
So first of all, my name is David McClellan.
Hello.
This is Brianne. Kelly, how are you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Ooh.
Good. How's it been going the past week as we've been going through and looking into things?
It caught up with me because I really haven't spoken to anyone.
Oh, forget the fact that you've been scammed. Very fabulous woman, isn't she? I like the little bandanas she got. She got a different pair of glasses now. She got good vibes, man. I like the fact that she admitted she was dumb. She made a mistake. Not like some of these other victims who start playing. Well, what do they start playing? They start playing God, we'll say. Yeah, I knew this. I knew that. Don't get me started on Helen. I'm well read and all that. Anyway.
For a couple of years now, so it was a little bit daunting having it all come up again.
So how are you feeling about today?
I don't know. I can't even tell you how I feel. I mean, it's just a lot.
Something inside you is making you still feel that this is real, correct?
Probably somewhere in my subconscious. Half of me is like, you should just listen to your family and your friends who care about you. Then there's other half of me thinking, well, maybe this will work out.
So something that was interesting, there were 9 flights that were missed.
Mm-hmm. How many times I've paid, yes.
We know exactly why he didn't make any of those flights. One of the first things we looked into were the flight documents.
He sent it to me to show me that he has his ticket and this is his itinerary and this is when his flight was and just the details of what was coming up. Proof that he was going to leave.
At any point in time, did you get tired of buying airplane ticket after airplane ticket after airplane ticket?
Yeah, every time I had to send for money, I got more and more frustrated. I'm like, it'd be one thing if I was still working. There was always something. He either got in trouble or he got sick or...
That's not even an excuse. Man just said I couldn't make it. Why? What
After
happened?
the third time, you think I'd get it. But, if
After
you're...
the first time, all right? One, I can understand. You're caught up in the love. You're caught up in the loneliness. I would not send again. You can suck yourself straight out your ass with a Capri Sun straw.
I get it, but if you're in a different country, I know there's things that can go on that we can't control.
9
Is
times.
there a reason he didn't ever want you to buy the ticket directly?
He said that it's more complicated if I would have bought it than him going to the airport and having it.
So Brianne and her research team, they ran a reverse image search on the itineraries that you received.
Oh my
And
gosh.
what we actually found out is if you go into the airline and you go to book the flight, they will give you a breakdown of the itinerary. And so the breakdown of these itineraries,
So it's like a
they were
template.
real itineraries that were broken down, except this person screenshotted the
Yeah.
itinerary, and at the very bottom under passenger details, they photoshopped their details underneath. So every single one of these was real. They just went to the website, they went to book, they saw the total, and then they added their passenger details underneath. If you go and actually book the flight, this is not what the final itinerary looks like once you do
Oh,
it.
it's not a template.
Okay.
The other part of this is you'll usually have a confirmation number once you book the flight, and none of these had a confirmation number.
Oh, of course not.
The next piece of information I'd like to discuss with you was the travel test certificate that you had sent over.
He was set to leave. Everything was clear. He was promising me all this, blah, blah, blah. This time it'll work, blah, blah, blah. And the day that he's supposed to go, I got the same runaround of no phone call, no nothing. And then he's like, I have Like,
Wait, what?
well, you were supposedly in this jail, so, you know, why
what
wouldn't
does
you
he
have
have?
it?
What's just
And
happened?
he couldn't leave until he paid that bill.
We ran reverse image searches on this document, and we were able to find a document that was very, very similar to this same exact document. And so what we were able to find was that this test certificate was also photoshopped.
Right.
For someone who says he doesn't Photoshop, he certainly is a liar about that.
Yeah, you drink
There's
that
a
tea.
lot of other areas within the document that just aren't making sense.
we're
The address
dropping tea
follows
right
the
now.
vaccination status. And when we took a sample of a valid test certificate,
Right.
it did not match to this document that
The
he
words
had.
are too
Nothing surprises me anymore,
squished.
not with this, because I have bad luck. I'll admit that, but I
Clearly.
have never met anybody who has this bad of luck trying to get out of the country.
He's had bad luck more than 9 times over the past year.
He's
and
a
a half.
I
cat.
trusted him, which
He's
is
run out of
really
lives.
stupid. But and it's like here I'm still giving out basically my paycheck or my school reimbursement to him, and he's like, "Oh, everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine
Shut
this
up,
time."
Frank.
I'm like, "Well, what about last time? You know what? What that was just a flim. Keep saying I'm done, but yet I still keep finding the money for you. At my lowest point, at my brokest point in life, in my lowest part of life,
Why?
I had a stroke last year, and when I came home, I was still getting money together for him.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Our team was able to debunk every plane ticket and document that Frank sent to Kelly.
I get people want to be a nice person, right? But I've said this before. You being a nice person, it doesn't mean that you should break yourself to be a nice person. The other person, they're just gonna have to understand that you may find it selfish or not. You have to put yourself first. Oh my, if I had serious health problems, I'm not giving you money, bro.
That Frank sent to Kelly about the flights. She was so invested into this relationship, it became a gamble for her to get this man home so he could pay her all of her money back.
How can he pay anything back? He can't afford tickets.
Frank was still requesting more money for another plane ticket. It was time to end all of this and give her the
Bro, he
truth
looks like a
about this man
politician.
in these images.
Why
David
do I feel
has
like he's a
this
politician?
last piece of information that he'd like to reveal to you.
So this whole time, you thought you were talking to a man in Turkey, right?
Yeah, North Cyprus.
He's not in Cyprus. We found him. We know where he is. So he's a Russian politician.
Oh.
And he goes by the name of Owner. So this time you thought his wife had passed away, his mom passed away, he had nobody in his life. These people are not dead. They're alive. And he's posted pictures with them recently on social media.
Can I see one?
Yeah.
Yep, that's him.
Hold on a second. I've just kind of like had this kind of like epiphany. I don't know if that's the right word to use in this situation. These victims, they've sent the story to Catfish's email, right? But how do they know of the email? Because if they know of the email, surely they know that you can put images through their search or their service, I don't know what you would call it, but their search engine that can, you know, find this information out. How? It doesn't make sense.
Mother
Oh, what? What is going on right now?
stupid.
That's his mom right there.
Yes, that's his mother.
Yeah.
I had that picture a long time ago, but that's his mother.
Right.
A Russian politician.
So keep in mind, Kelly, this guy is actually not part of this. So what happened is somebody actually took this person's pictures. They stole their pictures.
Yep.
And
Right.
they out to you as this person's pictures with a different name.
Череповец сегодня там.
That's his real voice, just so you know.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, I figured.
Yeah,
The person I've been talking to has like a mixed, like either French or European accent. It's a mixture,
What is this
Definitely not him.
European,
Obviously.
bro?
obviously.
Come on, Kelly.
That's his son. That's his son.
His son. Sure.
So Callie, unfortunately, You have been involved in this romance scam.
This was rough on Kelly, but everything started to add up after we revealed who the real man in these images was. For the past 4 years, Frank had been lying to her.
I should listen to my family, my friends, but,
Most of the time is probably best.
bigger picture, I suppose. I'm just that type of person who has
You
to
mean you'll be home soon? You never get on the plane, Frank.
learn things my way, I suppose, and not listen, which I have to start listening.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to matters of the heart.
Yes, definitely.
Because I honestly feel, I have this trusting
Because
attitude
this,
that, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I
this
trust them until I give them a reason not to.
really connected.
And I think that's very dangerous, especially nowadays. I plan just to do what I did when I came home from my stroke, is just basically give it to God. And if he says okay, I'm going with it. I don't have to like it. I fight with him quite often, but he seems to lead me in a better direction.
We're here for you. I want you to know that. Like, I know that this is very difficult. Like, I see it in your face. A lot of people feel shameful because of this stuff. Like, you're not alone. Like, that's why we do what we do.
Literally not alone.
Like a big burden. It's not like, thank God, somewhere in my mind I was right. What he said was just words.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's words. Beforehand it might have been something else. Now it's just words, a bunch of BS. And now I can take that and grow from it and learn from it.
Yes.
And not happen again.
Yes.
Well, look, Kelly, you're moving in the right direction. You came to us. We were able to investigate and research all the information. We've delivered some answers. So you're moving in the right direction.
Yes. Yes, I am. And I will continue to move in the right direction.
Hopefully.
Good. I'm very happy to hear that. I know Brianna is. Like I said, we're here for you. If you need anything anytime, you're more than welcome to reach out to us, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kelly took in the truth and was able to realize that she needed to cut off communication with this fake profile. She is now trying to recover some of the financial information from her bank on the $50,000 she sent to random people around the world.
Right.
Then we can start to trace where the funds went.
Okay.
The next step for her is to turn everything we found out over to the authorities and file a police report.
I feel like they could have done more. I don't know, but I guess that's the end of it. So there was Kelly, a nice woman, unfortunate. At least she took some accountability. That's all you can ask for from these victims. Don't put yourself on a high horse, you dumbass. So Kelly, hopefully you were able to, English words are great. Hopefully you were able to get your money back. And once again, before we, outro this, these are reactions. Scamfish, catfish, social catfish. They allow me, they've not blocked me. So get a grip of yourselves, everyone, who for some reason have a problem with me of all people reacting. I'm allowed, all right? Gosh. The police, they're coming. They're coming to lock me up. I'm stealing. God, that kind of looks bad. But that is a freaky session. On a Friday night, I'll tell you that. What an intro. I'll see you guys on the next one, which the next one will be Christmas Eve. Give myself somewhat of a little break, I guess, for 3 days. I'll see you guys then. The future past self will. Anyway, peace. And if you do want to see more, such as Helen, I was talking about Helen before. Yeah, I know so much about crime and psychology and stuff. Go there. Horrible woman, man. See you guys. I will not see her. Bye.